Hello everyone, myself Laxmi and you are heartily welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss some important things, and that is based upon Ielts. I know it's so far when I'm making another video for Ielts, but it would definitely be helpful as the previous one were. So in today's video we are gonna cover MCQ questions. Basically students face much trouble in MCQ questions. So how to get precise band score as you're getting over here at your home at the exam center as well. Now let's see and check and follow the techniques by which you can get or you can do each and every MCQ questions correctly. I know the techniques can be different from yours. I know these techniques can be quite difficult for you, but trust me, they will give you or they will ensure you with the accurate band score which you really deserve. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video and let's start how to do that. So guys, today I'm gonna I'm taking book number 13, Ielts Academics. And okay, let me clear one thing. This is for academics, but our general students can also see that and apply that in your life, because this trick is both for academics and the general students. I know I'm taking the academic book, but the academic book for the listening and these modules are same as of the general one, so you need not to worry about, and you can follow the same techniques to get nice band scores. Even though general students do follow these techniques, but if you are preparing by your own in just at your home and not taking any kind of classes or somewhere else, then this channel will help you out with this. So do subscribe if you haven't it yet, and let's get started with the video. So guys, let's see and check out the strategy, what the strategy actually is. So I am taking book number 13, Ielts Academic. As well, I am going to do test number 1 and section number 2, which is an MCQ section, and here are 3 questions. So let's check it out how I do these 3 questions, and then I will tell you to do the same manner. So firstly, go and see and check like how I'm doing this, and this will definitely help you out if you want a consistent band score in your Ielts exam. Either you are an academic student or you are the journal one, no matter, you have to follow the strategy if you want the consistent score, as I have told earlier. So let's get start the video. For the audio section of this test number 1, book number 13, I have another phone for that, so I'm going to play an audio over here. So let's start.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
As per the audio, the section 1 is end. I mean this one section is over here. Now you have 1 minute to do the questions, or just to check your questions or the answers you have wrote in the previous section. But guys, I would recommend not to check answers, because those were the those were the fill-up section, and in the fill-ups basically we do not face any trouble. It's like we just write answers in between when the audio is playing. So it's super easy to do. So at the time when they said that now you have half a minute to do your questions, right? At that time you just need to read out your next question.
Section 1. You now have half a minute to check it.
Yes, exactly. In this half a minute you have to go and read out the other questions which are already present over here. So let's get started. They have given us half a minute, and let me play the audio so that I'll be focusing upon the rules as well, and you will check it out like how I'm doing the strategy, how I'm following the strategy. So firstly, let me tell you what I'm going to do in the video. Basically, we always lack in the MCQ section, basically when we skipped our conversation, when we skip the conversation going on in the audio, right? So now we will do something by which we will not even skip any conversation going on over the audio. And what we will just make notes over here, like whatever they said in the conversation, we will write each and everything over here in the short form, so that we can write everything quickly, right? So now check it out.
Your answers.
let me tell you how I'm doing this. You are just looking and seeing, like I'm just making underline and circle over the words. So what I'm actually doing is I'm just reading out the sentences and marking the important things you can see. Traffic changes in Grandford. The conversation is going to be about the traffic changes which are held or changes which are taken place in the city or the place Grandford. So the question is, why changes needed to traffic system in Grandford? So why changes needed traffic system Grandford? So I have highlighted the important things which is going to be needed in the following answer or in the question. So let's highlight those. So what can be the reasons? Let's note it down. Number of traffic accidents are rising. The changes are made because of the traffic accident rising, or amount traffic on the roads have increased, or the number of vehicles have increased. Types of vehicles on the roads have changed. So the rules, traffic changes rules can be of three types. Because of the three reasons they can be changed. First of all, traffic accidents have risen, traffic roads have increased. Traffic on roads, I mean number of vehicles, right? So types of vehicles on the roads have changed. Like vehicles have changed, like motorbikes, cars, trucks, or whatever else. Now read out the next question. So I have told you like how you have to highlight. You have to highlight the basic things. Number of traffic accidents rising, like this. You have to make. You have to highlight the basic things which you are gonna see while attempting your answer.
Now turn to section 2. Section 2. You will hear the chairman of the Highways Committee of Grandford speaking to members of the public about proposed changes to traffic and parking in the area.
Now you have seen one thing. When they have given me 30 minutes to check my answers of the previous section, I have read out this thing, and now I'm pretty sure like what they are going to talk about and what are the questions which are going to rise and what will be the answers. So now I have wrote everything, and now I'm clear with the audio or the conversation, like what they are going to talk about. So like this you can also get clear and just follow the same rule to get nice score. Now let's see what they are going to say next.
First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 13.
And now you can see they have given me time to read out these three questions, but I've already read it, so no worries. But if they have given me time, so let's read out it and check if I have skipped something which I should know again. So let me read out the questions again so that to get a persistence answer when I will do the questions. Why changes needed to traffic system in Grandford? Because of the number of traffic accidents rising, amount of traffic on road increased, types of vehicles on the road changed. Survey, local resident particularly complained about dangerous driving by parents, population of truck and lorries, pollution by truck and lorries, inconvenience from parked cars. According to speaker, problem new regulation will be rising money to pay for them, finding a way to make people follow them, we are getting support for the police.
Questions 11 to 13.
Now they're going to start the conversation, and before starting the conversation you have as much ample space to write down the notes like what they're going to say, right? But presently I'm going to write it over a page because it's not my book, so I have lent it, I have taken it on, I just borrowed it from someone, so I'm not going to utilize it like this, so I will just rub it and give it back to her. So let's start, and let me write the notes over here. But for you, I will recommend to make notes here only, because when you make notes here, then you will feel that you are in your mock test or you are sitting in your examination hall and you are going to do like the same, right? So let's make notes over here. I've already read the question. Now let's get started the video. One thing which is a tip for this technique is whenever the speaker is saying anything, keep your pencil on the question, and whenever they say anything important, just go and write it down. All right, let's get started.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Phil Sutton, and I'm chairman of the Highways Committee. We've called this meeting to inform members of the public about the new regulations for traffic and parking we're proposing for Grandford. I'll start by summarising these changes before we open the meeting to questions. So, why do we need to make these changes to traffic systems in Granford? Well, we're very aware that traffic is becoming an increasing problem. It's been especially noticeable with the increase in heavy traffic while they've been building the new hospital. But it's the overall rise in the volume of traffic of all kinds that's concerning us. To date, there's not been any increase in traffic accidents, but that's not something we want to see happen, obviously. We recently carried out a survey of local residents, and their responses were interesting. People were very concerned about the lack of visibility on some roads due to cars parked along the sides of the roads. We'd expected complaints about the congestion near the school when parents are dropping off their children or picking them up. But this wasn't top of the list, and nor were noise and fumes from trucks and lorries, though they were mentioned by some people. We think these new traffic regulations would make a lot of difference, but we still have a long way to go. We've managed to keep our proposals within budget, just so they can be covered by the council. But of course it's no good introducing new regulations if we don't have a way of making sure that everyone obeys them. And that's an area we're still working on with the help of representatives from the police force.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at.
So guys, I hope you got like how I was doing it. Like you already know how much time I have just leaved all this IELTS preparation. So these are my notes which I made, and I know its writing is already messed up, and maybe you are getting it or not, I don't know honestly, but I will tell you like what I wrote over here. But you can see that I wrote some words. You need not to write the complete word traffic, congestion, school. You just need to make some key points, some key notes like that, and just go. Like I had made an arrow for increasing, for surging like that, and for cross, for not like something. And of course, now let's check it out, like what are the answers according to these, right? So why are changes needed to traffic system in Granford? Why, right? So first is why changes needed. Traffic increasing problem. Number of traffic accident has risen. Traffic ki wajah because of traffic accidents have risen. So let's see, not risen in accident. I have wrote over here not rise in accidents. So it is a wrong point which is eliminated over here. Next is amount of traffic on the roads has increased. Amount of traffic. Increase in volume of traffic or all types. All types, I mean, they were mean by all types of vehicles, right? So you can see amount of traffic on the roads has increased. So we can say B option can be there. But let's see the C one. Types of vehicles on the roads have changed. They have not talked about types of vehicle. They just said increase in the volume of traffic of all types. There was not a specific type of vehicle which they have talked about, like anything like that. So increase in traffic, again increase in volume of traffic, and like that. So accident is clearly mentioned that it was not a problem. I mean, accidents were not taken place. So amount of traffic on the road have increased. Yes. Types of vehicles on the roads, they have not talked about the types of vehicles basically. So now I hope you got it. So now let's take the second one. So for the first 11 question by 11, the answer is B according to me. But we will check. It can be that there is something which I have missed over here and can be wrong. But let's see further. In a survey, local residents particularly complained about concentrating lack of visibility. They have talked about lack of visibility due to congestion or the car park. Yeah, due to car parking, there is a lack of visibility near school they are talking about, right? So in a survey, local resident particularly complained about dangerous driving with parents. Not at all. They have not talked about anyone who had driving dangerously. So this is also not a correct answer. Pollution from truck and lorries. They have said noise from truck and lorries, but there was nothing like pollution from truck and lorries, right? but there was like congestion near school. So let's say inconvenience from parked cars. Yes, we can say they were not able to, there was lack of visibility because of the car park. That means inconvenience because of parked cars. So there can be answer number C, because option number A and B are clearly eliminated because dangerous driving by parents is not mentioned in the audio. Pollution from truck and lorries, they said noise from truck and lorries, not pollution from truck and lorries. So option number B is also eliminated. So this option is correct as per the given data. Now let's check out the question number 13. So this is question number 2. Now question number 13. I wrote notes over here because of the less space. Now, according to the speaker, one problem with new regulation. What is the problem with the new regulation they have made? Let's see. Rising money to pay for them. They were raising money because to get new benefits, but within budget. Everything was within budget, so there was nothing about rising money, right? So this option is eliminated. I hope you are clearing. I hope your doubts are getting cleared. I hope you are getting what I mean to say. Here, rising money to pay for them, there was nothing to pay, everything was within budget. So this option is eliminating this one. Next is finding a way to make people follow them. The problem was to finding a way to make people follow them. Of course, this is not good because everyone could abase them, because they were struggling hard that maybe people will abase them. So this is matching. This can be the answer. And the third was getting the support of the police. Yes, they have talked about the police, but that was upon the different matter. I can replay the audio, but according to my notes, the option is B over here. But now I want to clear the option number the question number 13 for you. So let's play the audio again, because this is the practice time, dear. This is the practice time. You have to practice again and again for the same thing. If you have made any notes incorrectly, make notes again, take your pages, take your notebook, erase everything over here, then do it again, practice harder and harder. You will achieve it, don't worry, but for that you have to do at least, right? So let's check again what they were saying about question number 13.
At questions 14 to 20.
We've managed to keep our proposals up.
Okay.
But this was on top of the list. And nor were noise and fumes from trucks and lorries.
Noise.
They were mentioned by some people.
Alright, noise was the reason,
We
not
think
the...
these new traffic regulations would make a lot of difference. But we still have a long way to go. We've managed to keep our proposals within budget.
We managed to keep our proposal within the budget. So it was within the budget. That means there was nothing about paying or something about amount, right?
It just so they can be covered by the council. But
we kept everything in budget so that it can be covered by the councils or can be followed by the councils. But now let's see what they are saying next.
But we still have a long way to go.
Okay, I repeated it.
We've managed to keep our proposals within budget, just so they can be covered by the council. But of course, it's no good introducing new regulations if we don't have a way of making sure that everyone obeys them. And
if we do not have a way making sure that everyone obeys them, and that's
an area we're still working on with the help of representatives.
Exactly. This is the point. Like, they were working upon that maybe people will obey it or not. So they were struggling hard over it. So this is the problem. This is the problem with new regulation, that people will follow it or not. People will obey it or not. So this is the problem. I hope you got it, the answer. But we will see option number C as well.
From the police force.
We will get support from the police force. Of course, they talked about the police, but it was about support according to the option, right? But this is not a problem. Getting a support from a police is not a problem. The problem is to getting just to convince people to obey their rules. This is the problem, guys. I hope you're getting what I mean to say. Option number B and option number C both are correct according to the audio, but according to the question asked which was the problem about the new regulation, right? But the problem was new regulation, right? The problem is that people will follow it or not, people will obey it or not. But the option number C is saying, and they said with this, people will follow it or not, people will obey it or not, and we will take support from the police if they will not do the same, right? So they are talking about the support of the police, but this is not a problem. Getting the support is not a problem. I hope you cleared I hope I cleared your doubts over here, and I hope you loved this video. If you do love and you found it helpful, then please like, share and subscribe, and do a comment about like should I post any other videos like this or not, or also post what you felt, what was your experience with this video. And yeah, that is it, and please share it with your friends as well so that they can also get benefit. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected. This is all what I want. Thank you so much. See you soon with the next video.